Good morning. I can just see the live button popped up. Good morning. Happy Friday. It is Friday here in Mujan, and I have all my morning jobs done. I've gotten the boys to school. I actually had to walk with my older son to school this morning because he's doing something with his friends this afternoon. So he didn't take his bike. So that was really, really nice way to start my day, actually, because I often don't get a lot of time with my older son to have a chat with him because my younger son still needs a lot. So it's the small things that matter at the end of the day. So I love to get some time with them on my own in the morning, so that they get a chance to tell me their stories, that they get a chance to tell me where they're at, and it really sets me up for an amazing day. Good morning. Who's joining me live here this morning? I just see some eyes joining me. I'm just going to go into the group and see, can I see who it is? Because in StreamYard, sometimes I can't really see, but I can see in my group. So I pop in there and I have a look and see who's joining me. I love to know who's joining me. So I have a good few people joining me this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you, Lena. I see Melgorzata. I hope I said that correctly. I see Kuloid. Brilliant to see you all. It's brilliant to see you all. And this morning, we're going to be talking about confidence. We're going to be talking about confidence because we all know it's kind of the magic ingredient, don't we? If we can turn up and be ourselves and talk as we normally speak, and show the best of ourselves, we know that's the magic ingredient. We know that that's magnetic. So this morning, I'm going to be talking about how you can get more of it. And of course, I'll be talking about it in a way, an experiential way, because that's how I convey my knowledge, basically. So this morning, good morning, Diane. Brilliant to see you. How many of you here live with me this morning would like more confidence? Pop a yes in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, you can do #replay yes. How many of you would like more confidence? You can pop a Y if yes is too much in the comments. And let me know, or you feel you have so much confidence, you don't need any more confidence. I'm sure you wouldn't be joining this morning if that was the case. Good morning, Michelle. Brilliant to see you. It's great to have so many people live because I know it's early, but this works for me. This time works for me because I'm a morning person. Usually I'm up quite early, though I have been sleeping in these mornings. I have been tireder, possibly because we've just been traveling, and it takes a little bit of time to regroup. I've also been doing lots of preparation for my upcoming challenge, so that requires energy and time. And of course, I have my family and I have the dogs also. So lots going on. So Michelle said, yes, I need more confidence. Yes, Malgora Zata said she needs more confidence. Yulina said, yes, definitely. Just feel I might fail. So just being afraid to start my styling. Yeah, that's why most people lack confidence, because of fear of failure, because of fear of being judged, because of fear of getting it wrong, because of fear that somebody will contradict you. These are all normal feelings. They're absolutely normal feelings. So this morning session, I want to start with a question. And anyone who's watching me live, I want you to answer this question, actually. So I'm going to type the question in here. So the question is, what would you do if you had more confidence? I just want one thing from you. What would you do if you had more confidence? And I want you to pop that answer into the chat. So the question is, what would you do if you had more confidence? What would it allow you to do? I want you to pop that into the chat and let me know, what's the one thing you do if you had more confidence? What would you ask for? What would you show up for? What is the thing that you would do that you think would make a big difference in your life if you had more confidence? So be brave, write in there in the comments what you would do if you had more confidence. Sometimes we haven't even asked ourselves that question of what would I do if I had more confidence. Would I go out there and ask for more? Would I ask for more money? Would I ask for more clients? Would I ask that man that I really like on a date? Would I? It doesn't necessarily have to be related to work. What I would like you to do is put in the comments, if you had more confidence, what would you do? Maybe if you had more confidence, you'd write a comment in the chat box. I don't know what it is. Would you have an opinion about something if you had more confidence? So Yulina said, I would step out of my comfort zone and don't look for validation from others. So my question to you, Yulina, is what would you step out of your comfort zone and do? Who are you waiting for validation from? Because once we start asking ourselves that question of who are we waiting for approval from, we begin to realize that maybe we'll never get approval from that person. Maybe we will never get approval from that person. Maybe they're always going to disapprove of us. We all have people in our life like that. Do you have people in your life like that where they just don't approve of you? And no matter what you do, they won't approve of you. And those people may be even in the guise of friends. They may be in the guise of friends. Malgorzato said, even if I work with my confidence, I still have many doubts. I would have more courage to show my color passion to more people. Okay, thanks for sharing that, Malgorzata. Michelle said, I would be more comfortable selling my services now while building my course before I am done with it. Brilliant. I wouldn't have to justify myself. Brilliant, Cooloid. Yeah, we shouldn't have to justify ourselves. Explain why we're doing what we're doing, especially if it's a good thing that we're doing, which most of us are doing. And Kellyanne said, I would step into the flow of life instead of constantly trying to figure out the next step. Yeah, and allowing more things to happen for us, because my belief actually is that the universe is working for us. It's constantly working for us, but oftentimes our fears keep us from seeing that. Our beliefs keep us from seeing that. So having some faith, whatever your faith is, whether that is God, the universe, your higher self, whatever that is for you, that's all working for you. That's absolutely all working for you. So I want to first of all tell you that thank you for answering that question. I'm just going to remind you what that question is again. The question was, what would you do if you had more confidence? So I'm going to say something now that might bamboozle you, but if you want more confidence, that's the thing you need to do. That will give you more confidence. So you have to do the thing despite the fear, despite the doubts, despite the fear that somebody's going to say something to you, despite the fear that somebody is going to disapprove of you. And anyone who is in business has already done this. We just have to keep exercising that muscle of feel the fear and do it anyway. The very thing that you're afraid of doing is the thing that will get you more confidence. It absolutely is. And I'm going to take you back to the start, because you might be looking at me here this morning and thinking, but you have so much confidence. You look like you have so much confidence. You know exactly what to say. Now, I am definitely more confident in my position now as a business mentor, as a personal stylist, than I was at the start. And I want to tell you a story, because I think many of you will identify with this story. And many of you are perhaps at this stage in your business now. So When I started out as a personal stylist, many of you know I worked in manufacturing before I was a personal stylist. I had no experience in personal styling. I basically learned, I'll tell the story of color analysis, because that's the thing that most people are really trying to put themselves out there around that at the moment. But when I trained as a color consultant, I trained online, a home study program, and I to get certified, I color coded my friends. How many of you color coded your friends to get certified, or maybe you color coded other people in the class? And I got certified, and I started promoting myself, which I found extraordinarily difficult. Because many color consultant training courses don't teach you how to promote yourself. They just teach you basically how to do color analysis. And oftentimes it's such a short course that you have no confidence in your skills. And oftentimes you also have no support. You have no support. You're out there doing it by yourself. It is a very hard step to take, to, number one, leave a good paying job, and number two, to start doing something that you've never done before, setting yourself up to be judged by everyone around you. So I had got my certification. I had done some color analysis consults with friends who hadn't paid for me, and I started promoting myself. So one of the ways that I was taught to promote myself, or told that this could be a strategy that would work, was to work with the local boutiques, to work with local boutiques who would allow you to go in and speak to their client base. So lucky for me, there was a lovely lady in a shopping center near where I lived in Singapore. It was called Tanglin Mall. And she had a tunic shop. She was Indian, and she had the most beautiful embroidered tunics that she made for herself, Rashmi Goigna, in case any of you know her. She was a designer, and she made those tunics, and she sold them in her shop. And she asked me, would I come along and do a client evening with her? So basically, she wanted to invite her clients in. I would do a talk around color analysis, and she would try and sell some of her tunics. So of course I was delighted with the opportunity, but I was absolutely terrified. I was terrified. I wasn't really that confident in my color analysis skills. I definitely was not confident in standing up and speaking to a group of people. And how I had heard that you promote your color services was to do a color demonstration. So basically, you take somebody out of the audience, you bring them to the top of the room, and you do a color analysis demonstration, and you show the audience the colors that work for the person and the colors that don't work for the person. So honestly, it's a bit terrifying, because you're really on show. You're really on show. And when you're new and when you're not confident about your skills, it's very, very scary. But I knew that it was the thing that I had to do to get more confident. It was absolutely the thing that I had to do to get more confident. Even though it was terrifying, and I remember being so sweaty. And I remember going to the toilet just before the clients started flowing into the shop and sitting down in their designated seats. And I remember going to the toilet, and just my hands were shaking, my palms were sweaty. I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to talk when I got out there. But I did have to go back out there. I very quickly picked somebody out of the audience and asked them, could I do a quick trial on them before I did it in front of everybody else. Literally, I had the drapes and they were shaking in my hands as I was putting them over the person's neck, against their face to show the difference. It was absolutely terrifying, and I thought at one point I would actually faint. Now, I didn't faint, actually. I didn't faint at all. Somehow I got through it. I'm not even really sure what I said. I'm not even sure what I said. But to my surprise, lots of people came up to me afterwards and they talked to me. Now, nobody booked my services at the time, as far as I can remember, but people did trickle slowly into me over the next 6 months. And Rashmi, who I did the talk for, she was so happy that I did it. That was my first experience of doing a color analysis demonstration. And honestly, it was terrifying, but there is no shortcut. The shortcut is through the fear. You have to feel the fear and do it anyway. It's absolutely essential. You can't learn out of a book how to be confident. You just can't. The more courses you take, even, unless there's support coming along with them, support where you're actually doing the thing, and there is support in the course which is helping you and reassuring you along every step of the way. But if you just keep reading books, if you keep even just watching videos, you need to do the thing to gain more confidence. Who agrees with me? Pop a Y into the chat if you agree with me, if you think you need to do the thing to get more confident. Pop a Y into the comments. Pop a Y. Now, when you are starting out, you are not going to be good. This is the reality. When I started out, I wasn't that good. I really wasn't. It took doing it over and over and over again to get good at it. And that didn't happen overnight. That first talk, I got through it by the skin of my teeth, I think. And then the next talk was still terrifying, but it was marginally less terrifying. And eventually, over time, over the course of several years, I started holding my own events, and I actually got quite good at it because the fear went away through just doing the skill over and over again. So it's not about learning more. It's not about reading more in many cases. I mean, obviously, you need to know the basics, but it's more about what step can I take toward doing this thing? So the first step is identify what is the thing that you want to do. Do you want to be able to do a color demonstration? Break it down into steps. What steps would you need to take to do a color demonstration? Maybe it's you want to do color analysis online. What steps do I need to take to get my color analysis online? Identify what the fears are. Know that the fear won't kill you. It absolutely won't kill you. It'll make you stronger. And the next step is to do the thing. If you have support to do this, brilliant. Many personal stylists are out there trying to do it themselves. That is not necessary in this day and age. There is support out there for you. Even in this group, you have the option to come in here and ask a question. In this live here this morning, you have the option to come in and ask a question. That's the other thing. Mel Gerzata said, if you don't start, you won't have a chance to collect experience. Exactly. And nothing beats experience. Absolutely nothing beats experience. There's never going to be a better time to get more confidence. What exactly are you waiting for? What is the thing that you think in your head is going to give you more confidence? Because that's not the thing, probably. Waiting, reading more, taking more certifications. I've had people who are the most certified people in the world, and they've never taken action. They still have all these certifications. They've paid all these monies for courses, and they're still stuck. They're still stuck. Okay, so I have 3 little tips here for you this morning that I think will help you to move toward being more confident. So the first step is to become an expert in a particular area. One of the things that I did when I became a personal stylist was I became a real expert in color analysis. I became known for color analysis. Other personal stylists started coming to me, asking me about color analysis. I also became an expert in a particular person. I became an expert in a woman who was starting her own business. And that really, really helped because I understood that woman. I understood what her problems were. I understood how to help her. So becoming an expert and not being a jack of all trades. Many personal stylists I see serve everyone. They serve everyone. So then your information is very general, it's very broad, and you're not really seen as an expert. And you don't develop that confidence as an expert if you're trying to serve everyone. So becoming an expert, becoming the go-to person in a particular area really, really, really helps with confidence. It really does. So my question to you right now, and you can pop it into the comments, is what are you an expert in? What could you talk about till the cows come home? And do you feel confident in that area? And why do you feel confident in that area? Because you have talked about it, you have studied it, you have done it. So it could be in an area like knitting, for instance. You know, you could talk about knitting forever because it feels really, really comfortable for you. You've done it. You've talked to other people that have done it. Maybe you've taught it. So you have become an expert in some area already, and you have developed confidence in that area, but oftentimes it was through doing it. So can anybody pop into the comments something where you feel you're an absolute expert in, and tell me, if you can, why you think you're an expert in that area. Do that now. Let me maybe put the question in here. What are you an expert in? And why do you think you're an expert? There's no wrong answer here. There absolutely is no wrong answer here. How do I get rid of this one now? The other comment. Hide. And then I can put my new comment, hopefully. Okay. What are you an expert in and why? Tell me right now. Tell me right now, what are you an expert in and why? Are you, maybe it's not related to your color and styling skills at all. Maybe it's related to something completely different. But most people have developed a certain level of expertise at this point in their life. So I want you to put in the comments, what is an area where you feel confident about it? So Malgorzata said, I feel confident in talking about colors and doing individual color analysis, but face to face. I see what colors are and what it can do with us. Absolutely. So you feel very confident. So what is the next step now, Malgorzata? How are you speaking about color analysis? Are you doing video? Are you doing social media posts? What are you doing? But I can't do it online. Online is just the next level of skill, Malgorzata, because if you already can do color analysis face to face, just moving online, it's just another few skills that you need to learn. It's as simple of that. So Malgorzata said, I have my social media. Yes, that's a great way. But have you also done video? Have you done demonstrations? So what is the next step in terms of getting your message out to the world, widening your audience? Because people need to see you. They need to hear you. They need to hear you speaking. So Malgorzata said, I do workshops and demonstrations for group face-to-face. So if you can do that, that's amazing. That is really amazing. You are well on your way, because that is a really hard skill to be able to stand up in front of people and do a demonstration. So why not video that now and put it online? Edwina said, connecting with people and understanding their issues and being able to solve the problem, I feel really confident. Okay, so what particular problem do you feel you can help them with? So what you're saying to me is quite general. So in what particular area and what particular person can you really help them solve their problem? And how can you start communicating that to your audience so people start coming and asking you for help? Kellyanne said, helping people look and feel their best with color and design lines. Brilliant. So have you been putting yourself out there, Kelly? Have you been Kellyanne, have you been talking about this on video? Have you been talking about it on social media? What have you been doing to let people know that this is your area of expertise? This is how you can help them. How are you doing that? So Malgarzata said, I don't like my voice on video. So now you're getting down to the nitty gritty. You're getting down to the nitty gritty of why. Why aren't you doing this? I totally understand this concern, Malgarzata, because I used to be really, really embarrassed by my accent. Because actually I have a very strong Irish accent. I don't pronounce my THs. And I was very embarrassed about that because in Ireland, there is maybe some past beliefs around, an Irish person maybe not being educated enough or maybe not being polished enough or not sounding, like typically what you hear on social media. And, the way to find your voice and to get used to your voice and start to love your voice, start using it. Please, please, please start using your voice. That's what I did, even though I was terrified, even though I couldn't listen back to my videos, even though I wanted to cover my ears. Eventually, I actually began to really love my bravery, love the fact that I had put myself out there, love the fact that I represented so many people who didn't feel confident and gave so many people who have my accent the confidence to also show themselves. So by hiding, you are not helping other people. You're not helping other people show themselves. So your next step is to, start using that voice. And I guarantee you there are many people out there that will be cheering you on and that will love your accent and will love your voice. And you too will learn to grow to love it. Actually, that will be one of, your biggest challenges, but also your biggest successes if you can do that. So Michelle said textiles and various textures, fitting figures. Oh, I love that, Michelle. I love textiles and textures as well. And what a beautiful, beautiful thing to share with people. I am a master at alterations. No matter how seemingly difficult, and I understand color. You are an expert, Michelle, and the world needs to find this out about you. So what are you doing? What are you doing to put yourself out there? How are you getting more people to hear that this is your area of expertise? And how can you help them? You are not doing the world any service by hiding and saying small and being afraid. So the first step is identify what that thing is that you're afraid of. Like Malgarzata said, I'm afraid that I don't like my voice. I don't like my voice. Or maybe you don't like something else about yourself. Somebody else told me at one point, I don't like my teeth, or I don't like the way my hair looks, or I don't think I'm stylish enough, or I don't think. Those are all the things you have to get past. And I had all of those thoughts at some point. I don't look like a personal stylist. I don't sound like a personal stylist. I don't even dress like a personal stylist sometimes. Anybody who has any kind of success have had many failures along the way. They've had many, 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 much self-doubt. They feel self-conscious. I've been self-conscious loads of times. Michelle, this is the thing that you have to get through. You have to be self-conscious and do it anyway. The first video I did, I would love to be able to find it to show you what I sounded like. I had to do it about 20 times before I put it live. And I also was very self-conscious in it. You know, I felt frumpy. I felt like, oh my God, people think I'm crazy. You know, I was moving into kind of a new area that I hadn't talked about before. I didn't feel confident, but I did it anyway. You have to do it anyway. Start small, do the next big thing. What is the thing you need to do right now, Michelle? Is it to, you know, put a social media post up? Is it to do a little video? What is the thing that you need to do that you feel self-conscious about? And do it. Just do it. Push yourself to do it. If you're waiting for the confidence to come, it's not going to come. It's not going to come by itself. That is my honest feedback on that. Another little tip that can help you really with confidence is routines. Routines are really, really important. So for instance, when I created this Facebook group initially as a support group, I had all sorts of doubts. I had doubts that I'd have enough content. I had doubts that, you know, I'd be able to turn up most weeks. I had doubts that people would be interested in what I had to say. I had doubts if it would work, you know, if I would get more clients from it. I had all sorts of doubts. But what I did was I had a routine. My routine is I turn up every Friday. That's my routine. So some mornings I'm feeling more confident than other mornings, but my routine is I turn up. That is my commitment to myself. This is the main way that I speak to my audience, and I turn up. I turn up on a Friday morning because that is my routine. So building routines into your work week, into your diary, schedule them in and stick to it. Absolutely stick to your schedule. So, you know, the next question I'm going to ask you is, what routine could you add to your week? So what routine could you add to your week and stick to that? So my example is turning up here every Friday. What could that be for you? What routine could you build in? Okay, I have to find this other comment now to hide it. And then, so I'm not so confident with StreamYard, as you can see. So what are you an expert in? No, that's not the one I want. I want to hide that. And I want the comment that I just put in right now. So show this one. So what routine could you add to your week and stick to that? What could that be? Tell me right now in the comments. What routine could you add? Put it in the comments and let me know. Michelle said a video. I just signed up for a course on video confidence, marketing, and teach about it. Exactly. Brilliant, Michelle. So you commit to doing 1 3-minute video a week. Before long, you're going to be doing much longer videos. You're going to feel much more confident. You're going to feel, so video is important. Video is really, really important because people get to see you. They get to hear you. They get to know you much, much faster. So video is important. Now, it could be that you might initially want to do your video in a closed group like I'm doing it here. It feels safer rather than going live on, you know, Facebook or something like that. That will come in time. Start smaller. So Mel Garzata said, I had Color Wednesdays, post about color every week. Yes, yes, yes. Get in there and post about, have a day a week. It could be a little video where you talk about color. Okay. For some reason, right now, my video is not working. I don't know why that is, but hopefully StreamYard will fix that. Or it could be just a problem with Facebook and it's just fine for you guys. I'm not sure. And so those are, and the book that I recommend, actually the book that I got started with was called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. It's a great book. It's a really great book. This is what got me started with, developing and growing my confidence. And it's by Susan Jeffries. I'm just going to put that up there for you so you can see that. So this is a brilliant book. It's a simple little book, but it really, really, really helped me a lot at the start of my journey. I bought CDs, I bought all sorts of things to feel more confident, but none of them really gave me confidence like, none of them really gave me confidence where, I felt like I could do it. What really gives you confidence that you can do it is just going out there and doing it. Diane said, a day when I work solely on making videos. Okay, so that's huge, Diane. I would start by kind of doing one video, 1 3-minute video every Friday or something like that. I don't know about doing a whole day of videos if you're not confident on video yet. Make the task as doable as possible. Make it as doable as possible. As I said, no need to go live the first time. Just do a little video at home. If you have to do it 10 times, do it 10 times and then post it. And just have the routine of, I'm going to do 1 video a week, to begin with. And then you can grow on that. You don't have to be on video every day on social media. Some people are, because they find it much easier to generate content with video. But you don't have to be. You absolutely don't have to be. So try and pick something that is going to be doable rather than picking something that is really, really difficult to do. Now, I'm going to end my session today there, but before I go, I want to remind you that I am running a free 5-day challenge coming up on the 6th of March. It is a challenge around getting more color clients. So if that is something that you want to do, please find the link for the challenge. Actually, I need to find the link for the challenge and put it in here for you, but I'm probably not going to find it that quickly. So if you have any last comments or questions while I find this link, please do pop them in the comments below and let me know. And also, I'd love to know, what are you going to take away from this session? Did you learn something this morning, or did you discover something this morning that you didn't know already, or that surprised you, or that is going to kind of motivate you to go out there and do something different? Pop that in the comments right now. Now, in the meantime, I am going to pop this on here, hide this. Oh, see, I'm getting better at this because I'm doing it. So this is the link for the challenge. I've also popped it into the comments, so you can go in there and join the challenge if you want to get more color clients. I will be talking about my many years of experience. I will be helping you to explore why you're different, explore why you are an expert, and explore what you have different to bring to the table. And I'm going to be helping you to get more color clients. So Malgaraza said that she's joined already. Brilliant. Diane is saying, yes, that makes sense. I may share the first one in the group. Brilliant. Yeah. Start in your group. Start in your group, because it makes such a big difference. It really does. And even if you want to practice by putting your video in this group, you are very welcome to do it. If you want to do a little introductory video and you want to say who you are, you're very welcome to come in here and share it in the group. But you can also share it in your own group and get used to hearing yourself. Get used to listening to yourself. Get used to trusting yourself. Kelly's saying she's not seeing the link in the chat. I'm just going to put it in here again on the Facebook group, because sometimes when I put it in StreamYard, it doesn't go in there. So I've just put it in again here, Kelly Ann. so you can get access to that. And that's all for me for this week. I have done my video for this week, so I am off the hook now. Now, sometimes on a Friday, I will confess, brilliant, Kellyanne has got it. I will confess on a Friday, I do a few other videos just because, you know, I'm dressed, I have my makeup on, I'm in video mode. So I've done a little reel already this morning before I got live on here with you. So, you know, turning up on video does take effort. We have to do our hair, we have to do our makeup, we have to consider our outfit, we have to consider, is the house quiet, you know, and all of the things. So batching a little bit is a good idea, but that comes later. Start by doing a simple 2 or 3 minute video and grow on that and build on that. Don't try and take on the whole world. Malgorzata said, thank you, Aileen. You are so welcome. You really are so welcome. Thank you to everyone who joined and participated this morning. I really appreciate it. I know sometimes that when you're in a community of peers, it can appear that everybody else has it worked out and everybody else is really confident and everybody else knows what they're doing. They don't. Nobody knows. We're all in it together. We're all trying to make a go of it together. And remember, there is enough out there for all of us. So have a brilliant, brilliant weekend ahead, and I will catch up with you all again really soon. Take care. Bye.